All right, welcome back. So today we have the engines here. Everything basically Horizon Hobby had said that we needed for this Losi to convert it to the new setup is all here. So basically I'll show you what Horizon is saying that I need in order to do this swap. Knowing that I have the K&N version with the 23cc and talking to them. Now, mind you, you can't just call Horizon and talk to somebody about this stuff. And this is where I have problems with emailing them. So in order for me now to talk to Horizon, I have to go to my local hobby shop. I have to meet up with the owner there. Then they have a special number that they can call, and we can get a hold of Tex in order to help us out on our purchases. So that's how I ended up doing this. And I'm not saying people at the hobby shops don't have the skill to do this on their own, but I'm telling you, when it comes to an enthusiast like me that's been doing this for 30 plus years, there's certain questions and certain things I like to ask to make sure that I'm going to have everything that I need. Unfortunately, I was standing there and wasn't on the phone with them. It was actually the store, owner talking to them. So I'm not sure if this cage is going to work onto this motor. Does this thing come with a cage? I was trying to ask, does it come with a clutch? Does it come with the bell crank? Are there any upgrades that I need to do while doing this? Is it going to break anything? These are questions that I would have asked, but that's not what ended up happening. Basically, the question was, I have the K&N version of this with a 23cc, and I want to put in the 32 cc, which is actually a 31.8, which comes in the Losi 5T 2.0. Now, in talking to Smith RC Studios, he had said that it is the same as his Losi 5T, but then there was something different with the clutches. The 5T clutch or something was too big, and it actually hit the chassis. So it's something that he had mentioned just briefly, and that's the way I took it. I could be wrong, but I took that from talking to Lewis. So I'm going to show you what they said I needed. So when we were talking about the steering linkages being different, apparently it wasn't the linkage itself, it was this large scale servo arm. So they had sent this over. I don't know what's different between, this is metal versus the plastic that's in there. And this is definitely an upgrade, but do you need it? I don't know. But they're saying this is the throttle adjustment that I need is this piece. So we have this. I did get the air cleaner cleaned up. I did get the fuel tank cleaned up. So the other thing that they said, apparently we're putting a pipe on this thing. So here's the exhaust pipe from Losi, which I don't really get because it says 23 through 30 cc engines. Now, does this mean till 39 cc's? It just says 30 cc's and this is 32, and it says DBXL. So they sold us a pipe for the exhaust. I'm assuming this is going to come with probably this style, which, like I said, I was fine with that, but I didn't like it blowing on the body. So this is going to help that. I don't like the black. I'll probably pull it off and have it chrome once we're done with this swap. Now, you can see the pinion and everything I still have on here. The bell crank, all that stuff. And then my air cleaner setup, which I'm going to try to use the K&N one so I don't have a hole in the body. And I don't mind the air cleaner sticking out over there. It's already cut out for it. and I'm fine with that, but will this cage cover the spark plug? It's not that big of a deal when the body's on, because the body's pretty much gonna, you know, protect the top of the spark plug. But in tuning this thing when I have the body off, because this isn't a flip up body, I'll probably run it with the body off. If I roll it over, I could break the plug, I could ruin the spark plug wire, that kind of stuff. I don't mind having this thing on. Plus it's only 4 screws to remove the top to get the spark plug in and out. So I don't know if this thing's going to come with a cage on it or not. But let me throw out some part numbers real quick. So this piece right here, this little servo arm, is a DYN R0112. They're saying I need this. Now these are parts that they chose. I didn't choose these. This is just what the salesman said I needed. I don't even know if it's right. And we are still waiting for, today will be the delivery for Smith RC Studio sent me everything that he pulled out of his new DBXL. So we'll see what comes in that box as well. But here's the exhaust pipe, LOS 55000. And it looks like it comes with brackets, and that's an exhaust hanger bushing. That's pretty funny. But I've seen those on cars before when doing aftermarket mufflers and that kind of stuff. But it comes with some hardware, a new gasket, looks like a reusable gasket, some washers. And I think I saw Chef Beardsley do this pipe on his. But I could be wrong. I don't know if he used the Losi one or not. But I haven't opened up the box. So here you go, $309.99. It's a Zenoa G320 RC engine with carburetor, clutch, and air filter. Direct replacement for Losi 5T 2.0. 2-stroke pre-mixed gasoline required. 5T 2.0 air filter included. Muffler included. Walbro WT 1107 carburetor included. So, I mean, this thing sounds like it comes with the 5T clutch, which I thought there was a difference between that. And this is where this setup might not work. I tend to believe, you know, what RC Smith Studios tells me. He's been doing this gas stuff a lot longer than I have. I really didn't want to cut here where the engine thing is, but looks like that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to make a nice clean cut across that in case I have to box this thing up. Wow, the spark plug is literally against this cover. So they give you a brand new adjustment to another muffler gasket, which is pretty cool. Probably it says with muffler, so it looks like the muffler is in here. They're sending you a new one. I don't know why they would send you another gasket. Maybe because you have to take it off. And then this has a 5T air cleaner. So this definitely is a 5T. And then I know the new 2.0s, or the 2.0s, the new DBXL, I thought it said 32cc right here. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what it was, but this might be correct. And as you see, clutch, everything is in here. So the bell crank's not here, but the clutch is here. So this air cleaner is going to have to get changed out. Choke is now in black. Looks like the fuel pickups are in the same spot. So clutch is all installed. I'm assuming that it's all correct. I will be pulling off this exhaust, but let's do a little comparison and hopefully I can transfer some of this stuff. Now the one Smith RC Studios is sending me is brand new. He hasn't ran it, no break-in, nothing with that. It hasn't been fired up, just like this one. So It is nice and free. I like to do a little pull just to make sure that the piston and nothing's locked up. But I'm hoping that this cage does transfer over. Kill buttons on the same side. This one's got a rubber coating thing over it. This one does not. But we can always steal this red button deal and maybe stick it over this thing. I don't know. But there we go. I'm assuming that this air cleaner is a lot bigger. So we're definitely going to have to pull this air cleaner off. It's not going to fit under the body. So maybe I should do that now. But I'm going to check to make sure, see if this cage transfers over to this. I'm hoping it does. And then we're going to go ahead, swap over our gear and our bell crank. And see if all that stuff swaps over okay. You can see how smooth. No rubbing, no noise. I mean, by the looks of it, I mean, it looks possible that this whole cage is going to swap over to this. But we'll find out, right? I mean, it has to. This is what Losi is saying we need. So if that's something you want to see, these are parts that you guys can get. And you can go ahead and do this swap as well. I'll show you step by step how I'm going to do it. And then we're going to see what comes from Smith RC Studios. So his air cleaner setup is definitely going to be different. That's something I asked for. I wanted to make sure that I bought that plastic air cleaner system because I thought it was kind of cool that it's tucked under this body. It's a change I might want to make later because I might buy the new body and cage and then convert and save this K&N body because I do like this K&N body, but I like the convenience of the flip up body. So that is a change I am going to be doing to this. I will be buying the new body and the cage and all that stuff to swap this one over. Now, somebody was also saying that when they put the 32cc into theirs, that they stripped out the diff cases or diffs or something like that. I am going to do a comparison versus the K&N versus my 2.0, and we're going to see if there's any differences in the drive shafts, in the size of the diff cases, if the covers look different. I'm not going to tear it completely apart, but I want to physically look side by side to see if any of this stuff is different compared to what this thing is. I wouldn't imagine they would be making changes like that, but it's possible that this one had an issue and that in the new 2.0 they made the change and they just, you know, now with the new gas version they've used that platform, because you try to order stuff for this, they sell you stuff off the new 2.0 onto this. Most of this stuff that is specific for this is discontinued. Kind of like my bind and drive, the 1.0 DBXL. Different body, and it's a flip up body, but the chassis is basically exactly like this. So, and that was the version 1, and that was a bind and drive. I do have all three models. Now, somebody was saying that they wish I would have got the new DBXL, and this one is going to be exactly like the new DBXL when I'm done. So I opted to do the conversion to show people if you already have this platform, you might want to just do this swap. So far, into the 3 pieces that I bought, it was brand new. I didn't buy it used. You can buy it used like RC Smith or Smith RC Studios did. You can find somebody out there that has a 32cc and you can do this swap a lot cheaper. Buying everything new, I'm $504 right now from my hobby shop. So that's not too bad. That's still cheaper than, you know, $1,400 plus tax. I'm going to be well over $1,550, close to $1,600 So that's just my theory. But if this is something you guys want to do, at least I'll show you how to do it and how much it's going to cost. So at least we, in today's prices, we know what it's going to take to convert your old gas powered and bring it up to date. You got to remember, this is all the upgrades you've done to your old version, you can pretty much keep as far as chassis. You know, if you've done any upgrades. You don't have to buy a new RC every time, especially when it's based off the same platform. I'm just, you know, I like showing you guys everything, every different style. And then I do use an impact, a little impact gun, a little Ryobi. We're going to just pop this off for now. This is something I might... Oh, that takes the whole carburetor off. Got some standard pliers. Trying to keep it together in case there's any washers. There's our clutch bell, all stock. That piece is loose now. It's long. So that cage comes off. That one. And that one. Loosely until we can get this side down, because that wire looks like it's hitting. Now we'll have to throw some Loctite on this gear, but I'm gonna bolt it on first. So hopefully these clutches are the same size, because they look a little different. All right. throw some Loctite on this thing. Right. So that thing has to go through there. Thing needs to slip under that cover. There we go. And the throttle linkage looks like it'll work. Yeah, it looks like it'll fit right over to it. So, what I'm going to do is get the socket ready. That's the one. So all these bolts are the same, and then I got one flat one. So let me get this flipped over. All right, so I am missing the bracket that goes to the back that's going to come on that other motor. All right, so I pulled out the other engine and look, there's a bracket underneath that we got to transfer. One screw. Two. So these two screws have to come off. Now these are threaded. So I guess I'll it's gonna go up. Then I'm going to stick these bolts back in this motor. There we go. I think UPS is here. Give me 1 second. All right. So UPS showed up. Smith RC Studios, just like we thought. I've been sitting home waiting for them. And yes, they tried to deliver to the wrong place again. That's why I'm sitting here with the front door open. I heard the truck pull up and they tried to walk upstairs. And I was like, hey, is that 104? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, then where are you going? Look at that. What's coming out? Smith RC Studio. Check them out on YouTube. Thanks for the stickers. I'm surprised those stickers stayed in. They were on top of the box. Pretty cool. check out, ooh, they really packed this thing up. There you go, look at that. So, as you see, this came with this to the exhaust. I'm assuming they're rerouting it. And then there's that air cleaner thing we were talking about. And there's the plastic bracket that we just took off of ours to stick on this one. So, which I did have. And then the clutch. As you can tell, it's way different than the clutch that was in there. You see? You can see all the holes that are on this clutch, where this one's solid. So I wonder what is better. 6320 RC, made in Japan. So Horizon did sell me the exact same thing with the yellow button. Which I wonder if he's going to need these longer screws. He should need these longer screws for his cage. So if you need those screws, Lewis, let me know. I'll put them in an envelope, ship them back to you. Yeah, there we go. So now that I got that back on, we should be able to slip this thing in. And it should bolt up this time. Let's see if it'll work this time. Motor, engine. Let's start them all. There's the flush one. Cage. Now I'm going to snug these up so I can still, I'll have to set mesh on this thing. Get these a lot farther down. That one just bolts in. Putting them in the same spot. Because there's marks on the chassis and sounds like it's perfect. Look at that. Mesh is perfect. There we go. Motor's installed. Time to put the gas tank back in. As you see, it's going pretty smooth. And then get them all started. Need a long one for here. And then these have got to go through the holes on the cage. goes at the bottom. I believe this one goes at the top. Maybe, I think I have these backwards. Yep. This one goes up there. I believe this one goes at the bottom. Go. Fuel lines are on. Gas tanks installed. And then air cleaner. Don't crush that down too far. And then we're going to work on doing the exhaust. But there we go. That's going to end this video because it's going to get too long. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and throw in the exhaust. We're going to get it primed and we're going to get it fired up. So thank you to Smith RC Studios for getting this out real quick. Go give him a follow. He's doing the DBXL build as well, the new gas powered one that has this motor in it. So I'm sure if you guys have any questions, he'll have a lot of the right answers. But this was a used setup. It's not even used because it's brand new. It's never even ran, never even had fuel in it. But this is a takeoff motor through him. And that's Horizon sending me everything that I need to do the swap. Now we still have to put the throttle linkage on, and then we have the exhaust to put on, and then I believe we have this piece right here to change out, which I believe goes right in there. I don't know what the difference is between the plastic. Maybe the plastic strips, they look like they're the same exact length. They have the same amount of holes in them. So I don't know what the difference is. But now our air cleaner fits right on. Body looks like it fits right on as well. And there we go. So 3180, which they call the 32cc, swapping out the 23cc into this setup. Looks like full start, everything is going to be in the right spot. So on the next one, we're going to get the tune pipe in. We're going to get the little servo horn in. And we're going to get this thing fired up and start the break-in process. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Should I run this air filter or the K&N one? I wonder if this has the same thing as the 5T. I don't think it does. But I'm going to try to run this this K&N filter first, at least during the break-in, and we'll see what you guys have to say about it. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.